It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And coming up, we'll see DK Metcalf. There's been no shortage of work for him, sitting second in the league in catches.
It's the Steelers and the Packers on Monday Night Prime Time.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. And just like that, the season has reached October. Joined by Brock Hewitt up here in the booth, I'm Kate Scott. And Brock, I don't know about you, but I always feel like the smells start to change in October. It just really starts to smell like fall, smell like football, second month of the regular season. And these next few games take on a greater importance moving forward.
Gosh, I wish I had a sense of smell. Mine is so bad, but I love what you're cooking right there. And I love this stretch of games because it makes a lot of teams contenders and a bunch of the other sellers as the trade deadline arrives here at the end of the month. You're going on a hot streak heading into Halloween, and things will be looking great. But flounder this month, and you may end up seeing some of your buddies shipped off and playing elsewhere.
Ball is teed up. Chris Boswell to do the honors. And off we go in Monday Night Prime Time. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So the Packers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by the Utah State product and former first-rounder back in 2020, Jordan Love.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, nope. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Into the hands of Romeo Dobbs. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35. Now a moment to check out his numbers catching that football last week. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Here's Josh Jacobs getting his first look on the ground. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
How fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Love out of the shotgun. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's good for a Green Bay first down. From the gun, it's a give to Jacobs. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
From midfield on second down. Has it to his back. Here's Josh Jacobs. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs. Thinking touchdown here after that big play. We've got 1st and 10 from the red zone. Working inside the red zone. He brings it in. And they'll advance this down to the 5-yard line. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Shotgun now for Love. And he will score. Touchdown, Green Bay! The Packers finish up an excellent opening series. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. McManus there to tack on the point after. And the Packers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On now is McManus to kick this away. He fields it from the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So the Steeler offense getting out there for its opening drive of the game. They're led out by one of the game's most tenured veterans and most decorated quarterbacks of all time, Aaron Rodgers.
I think it's safe to say, Kate, Aaron Rodgers may be one of the most polarizing figures in the NFL, but there is nobody that will question his ability to spin a football different than everybody else. Just ask his receivers, tight ends, running backs, anybody that's ever played with him. He elevates their game, and he often elevates his own game to an MVP kind of level.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down.
At the 30-yard line.
Rodgers set to pass. That's incomplete left side.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Rodgers throwing on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. It's a 21-yard gain. Spurred 1st down.
First and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. And now it's 2nd down.
Box it.
They'll run it for the first time with Jalen Warren. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
A split second, all that kept the defense from making a stand right there. It's amazing, man. This game of inches and split-second reactions. A nice bit of burst, surge forward for enough to go get that first by a couple before they could finally drag him down.
Cuts it to the right sideline. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Steelers 1st down.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide, or when they use him as a runner, if someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
Cut near the goal line. And this is down all the way to the 3. They get 19, and now they're going to have first and goal.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's first and goal. Sending the tight end in motion left. First down from the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! Finish off their opening drive. It's a DK Metcalf touchdown. Boswell gets that point after to go. And the Steelers respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jacobs gets it to start the drive. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Hit applied by Keanu Benton. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this. It's over. Over.
Did not like what he was seeing, Brock, and he just hurls this one away.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Love from the gun. Rolling, trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The Packers send out their punting unit. Calvin Austin on the return for the Steelers. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. Punt meets him at the 28. And he's brought down before the return gets far. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Steelers will take over possession. They're set up at the 35 now.
26.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Counterplay here, Warren. He breaks the tackle. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. We get a look at his rushing numbers from last week here. What he was able to do in support of that win. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Rodgers here off the play action. Caught by the open man. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They get 28 out of that play. And And he'll bring up a Pittsburgh first down. Off play action, Rodgers vacates quickly left side. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. More from Acrisure Stadium after the break. Second quarter, all queued up and ready to go. It's Steeler football. They still have 10 to go here. It's second down. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
When we think about safeties, I mean, it's just right in the name, right? The safety is the last line of protection in the passing game. We don't think of them as blitzers. But, Kate, let me tell you, for a safety blitz to get home, they got to be great disguisers. They can't show that blitz early. That safety didn't, and the quarterback took the brunt of the contact.
Well, they had the look, certainly didn't shy away from it, but couldn't connect. And now they're stuck facing fourth down. Here comes Chris Boswell and the Steelers field goal unit. Ball spotted on that right hash, 53 yards out. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And that's going to... and give them a 3-point advantage.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Fires right away, but incomplete. This one intended for the running back. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
Incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. Daniel Whelan on the punt. He broke 50 on his first punt and looks to have done the same here. Starts the return at the 34. And he gets him a small chunk of yards there before he winds up out of bounds. The Steelers... The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10. Rodgers here from the gun. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. And he makes the house go. It's a touchdown. McManus on for the extra point. Rush coming off the edge, and they're free up the middle. It's a breakaway. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. so they steal 2 points on the block kick in return.
Kate, this little sequence of events is why I'll go to my grave saying football is the ultimate and greatest team sport. This special teams group, they just picked up their offense in a big way. Softened the sting of that pick six, and now this offense, well, they got to go regroup and pay back those special teams.
He's going to field this at the 2. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Rodgers coming back after the pick. That's completed right side. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. That was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Warren running between the tackles. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Working out of the gun, it's Rodgers. Fryermuth there to bring it in. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's the Steelers' 1st down.
Inside. Plant.
A tight end in motion now. On the ground with Warren. And with a nice gain, he runs him down inside of field goal range. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. Motioning one of the tight ends. Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
And the Packers at a 5th DB out there for this 3rd down play. They'll run with Warren. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks. Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. He rolls to his right. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. First time this game they've looked to him. So 2nd down coming up. A pistol snap here, Rodgers. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play. Third down.
Oh, look at those savvy linebackers. They're just right in the middle of everything, aren't they, Kate? And it seems like at times they are the quickest reactions as well. He needed a quick one right there to get a finger on the throw and change its direction.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Metcalf there to bring it in. Decent gain here, but short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
4th and 3, drive on the line.
We are going.
Now a shotgun handoff to Gainwell. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's a pretty clear plan of attack by the back from the very start. Found the lane quickly, didn't hesitate, knew exactly what he needed to get past the marker.
That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Couldn't connect on first, it's 2nd down. Motioning the tight end now. To throw again on 2nd down, Rodgers. Looking underneath, and the back brings it in. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Steelers take a 2nd quarter lead. Boswell to add the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Steelers push their lead to 6. Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Love out of the shotgun. Escapes the pocket. Now he takes it. Breaks the tackle. Green grass ahead. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Second and 3 now. Throwing from the gun here. Completes this one to Kraft. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. Darius Slay has it. And the Steelers will take over as he records his 1st interception of our season. Well, I know I don't need to tell you, partner, but if you're going to try to get aggressive, really push a throw downfield like that, you have to be smart about how you do it.
Yeah, that is spot on, Kate. If you've got to find that spot when you know the coverage won't be able to hold up, especially as you go 20, 30, 40 yards down the field. Hey, listen, these defenders in the league today, you throw a ball deep down the field like that, it turns into a 50-50 ball. More times than not, they can make a play and take it away, just as they did.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
Second and 6 now. He's going to loft one deep to the left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And now they're going to face 3rd down. To throw is Rodgers. He has the 1st over the middle. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their 1st. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Back north. check 26.
Rodgers will look to throw. He fires one deep down the middle. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So it's second down coming up.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make an impact later.
Play fake. It's Rodgers. His quick throw knocked away. Incomplete.
You know, it's tough to succeed at linebacker in most defenses if you can't hold your own in coverage. They rely on you to break up throws just like that and take some of the stress off the secondary.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down.
Inside.
Again, Rodgers. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they really went for it on third down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing fourth down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
A 61-yard attempt.
Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth.
Hey, 88. Yeah, this. Get 300.
They'll go for it. Rodgers. And on fourth down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. A nice starting spot for the Packers this drive. 1st and 10 coming up. He keeps those feet in and makes the catch.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
This one taken in by Kraft. And he's going to be drugged down, looks like at that 37-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Thrown on first down. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! But it looked like the Packers were able to cover it. No turnover. They keep possession. Offense to the line for second down. Another try following the sack. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Back to throw it. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means fourth down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL where they come down to a play or two and third downs critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, the coach wants to see them convert those.
Throwing for the end zone. They can't connect as the coverage comes through with a fourth down stand. So we arrive at halftime here in Pittsburgh. The Steelers leading after 2. Now, well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the third quarter underway. On now is McManus to kick this away. Cordero Patterson now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. From the gun, a give to Gainwell. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
As a play caller, Kate, I would always be a little cautious of a first down draw. I like it better when that defense is anticipating pass. Well, they were only anticipating getting the backfield and making that running back feel the pain.
2nd and 13. Makes the grab in bounds left side. That 100-yard mark, it's as coveted by receivers as it is by running backs, and he's now reached it with that last catch. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line.
Find out. You got 58.
They send a tight end in motion. On first down, they'll run. And they had that one contained right at the line. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. No progress on first down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10. Off play action, Rodgers. Buying some time right. Into a crowd, and intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's going to have the touchdown. We'll see if he gets to keep this, though, Brock. We've got some laundry on the field.
Pass interference. Defense.
Oh, that one stinks. Take the 6 off the board, partner. That was an interference-aided interception.
And he could be as upset as he wants that that play won't count for him or his team, but deep inside he knows that pick 6 probably doesn't happen without the interference on the play.
They'll run here following the penalty. Who swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Brought down by Quay Walker. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On 2nd down, Warren. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. From the shotgun, Rodgers. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
That's somebody they're going to look for if he has any space deep. That space, though, Kate, just disappeared between when he let that pass go and when he actually made it down the field.
He's back to throw. He connects downfield on 4. And he nearly gets to the 25 before going out. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down.
I love those moments of truth. We get to see exactly how they handle it when all the pressure of the drive's right on them. Turns out, handled it pretty darn well, and now they'll keep pushing on.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. It arrived as the ball did to break things up. And it sets up second down. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
Wide left. Coco, over here. Box it, box it, box it, box it.
First and goal, Warren. It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
A tight end in motion now. Rodgers set to pass. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete.
QBs, well, they're a lot like the great shooters in the NBA. Hey, listen, sometimes you're going to miss. You just got to shake it off and keep shooting away.
So now, here's third and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And he runs it across. Touchdown. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. A lot of pressure on him in that moment, Brock. Find a way to score. Don't let it go to fourth and goal. And he finds a way to come through and gets in the end zone for 6.
Now, how about the other side? Beating a defense right there as well. That group who was so close to pulling off the goal line stand, yet all that motivation wasn't enough to stop him on third and goal.
On the move, headed right, and he won't get away. They bring him down. The sack prevents them from adding another 2 more to that lead.
You go with what you think is your best option. There they felt like it was going to be a pass, but sometimes it simply doesn't work.
Nixon now to return it. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Packers and Josh Jacobs about set to go on offense. And the running lanes, and they've been hazardous. Not quite the decorated collection of highlights from him that we're going to look at here. Those big plays, the explosive runs where he leads an offense, just haven't been there for him in this one. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Play fake, it's Love. Able to get it to Reed. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. First down throw, here's Love. Gets everything he has under this throw. A risky throw, and they're going to intercept it. And the Steelers get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season. That is one of the longest throws we have or probably will see in this contest, partner. It's too bad it wound up in the hands of the defense on the interception.
You know, Kate, when I see throws like this, I see images of Bo Jackson back in the day. As a Kansas City Royal throwing Harold Reynolds out from the warning track. 300 feet in the air, he hummed that baseball to gun down the runner at home plate. The difference here in football, yeah, you throw that ball up, that DB's also got to run 50-some yards, go up high point and make a play. That is just incredible defensive football.
And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. They've got first down from the 31. They send a man in motion. Man in motion out of the slot. A give here to Warren. Has a lane past the 45. And finally stopped at the 34. He's been a fixture for them all game, and all signs indicate, Brock, he's going to remain one in the time we've got left.
Yeah, they've leaned on him in certain spots, and he has shouldered the load oh so well. Put together a game that everyone's happy with.
Here's Rodgers on 1st and 10. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. Second down coming up. Putting a receiver in motion.
Going right. Cali, zone left, Cali.
Trying an inside give to Warren. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. Edger and Cooper there to make the stop. Give him only a couple that time. It's going to be 3rd down.
Jumbo! 50.
Rodgers here from the gun. Chased out to his right. And after all that, he still can't get rid of it. They get there and drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. Dicker connects there. And go ahead and make this a 15-point game now.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. Second time they brought him out for a field goal, and second time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
From a couple of yards deep, this is going to come out. Only manages to get this back to the 20 before he's taken down. The Packers and Jordan Love set to take over again. And as we can see here, it hasn't been the easiest game for him to operate out there, right? Number of rough moments for him. This defense able to pick him off twice to highlight. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one's cut along the left sideline. And he'll get this up close to the 40 before going out. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll be 1st down, Packers.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know those yards.
Oh, brother, it's another interception. Darius Slay has it. They've got first down from the 31. Off the play fake, here's Rodgers. He puts some air under a deep throw to the left. He's got it inside the 10. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. DK Metcalf touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Steelers grow the lead now to 22 points. Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. And this drive will start inside the 25. Out now runs the Packer offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. That's Reed on the slant. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Some early movement on the left side there, but was he the first to go, or was he provoked? There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. It's the Packers with the football and a chance to, well, do some window dressing here in the 4th. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Shotgun now for Love. Looking slant route, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for a Green Bay 1st down. Love out of the shotgun. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
In theory, Kate, that's exactly what complementary man coverage is supposed to look like. The DBs, well, they're sticky on the back end of it. The front end, that pass rush, it makes an impact that gets home. But, of course, we know.
And they get to him again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. Love from the gun. He lofts it deep left. And they pick him off again. Darius Slay has it. And the Steelers get it as he makes his 3rd interception of this game. Well, just when you think things can't get any worse, Brock, I am not sure what you call it, because I don't think I've ever called it 4 straight drives ending in an interception.
Oh, as a former QB, Kate, I know exactly what to call this. A nightmare! 4 pick games are a rarity, and you never see it happen on consecutive drives. And at this point, listen, hey, offense coordinator, play caller, run the ball. And I mean run the ball.
He's throwing deep to the left side. And this is going to end up incomplete. Really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Motioning one of the tight ends. They'll run now with Warren. And an opening doesn't materialize. He's cut near the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and they still need 10 now on 3rd down.
Jim! 26.
Play action with Rodgers. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a 4th down.
And you ask a lot of your defenders on that field. It is not easy to play defense in today's NFL. Not only stay in their assignment's hip pocket, but to make plays on the ball as it arrives. He was challenged with an intermediate throw, and he swatted it away with ease.
This punt out of bounds on the fly. We're waiting for the mark. Looks like they're going to say it's short of the 30. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. On 1st and 10, here's Love. He's on the move. Steps up, and he's running with it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
Here's 2nd and 7. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why.
And it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
Throwing his Love on 3rd. Completed over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Throwing Love. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Let's be real clear, there is nothing lucky about number 7 at all for this quarterback. The 7th time he's been taken to the ground for a sack. This defense, they made adjustments. They're incorporating a variety of different looks and blitzes, and it just seems like, Kate, constantly they are a step ahead of whatever this offense is trying to do to protect this quarterback.
Here he is on 3rd and long. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Love now to throw. And all their pressure gets it done. That's a sack on 4th down as they force the turnover.
Hey, I am all for aggression. You get 4 downs, go for it. But I do have to wonder here, Kate, after being denied once again, is there going to be a trust level on that sidelines to go for it the next time they get this shot?
Play fake. It's Rodgers. Caught by Freiermuth. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Working out of the gun. It's Rodgers. Wilson's got it. And he's out of bounds right at that 25-yard line. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5.
Plant. Back north. Hey, take 26.
From the shotgun, Rodgers. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now. Finds his back, Jalen Warren. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
They send a receiver in motion right. And he got there to make the stop at the line of scrimmage. Nothing gained or lost on that run, and now it's 3rd and 3.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
Setting up the running back screen. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! He hung in there as long as he could. A lot of quarterbacks would have bailed out. And it was what you talk about, Brock, that courage that kept the chant for the touchdown alive.
Yeah, that touchdown's going to show up on his stat sheet making the catch or the quarterback stat sheet for making the throw. But, hey, can we put some touchdowns up there for the big boys up front? It was their blocking and buying of time for that play that led to the score.
Now Boswell on to send this away. Nixon now to return it. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. Now here comes the Green Bay offense. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. Thrown on 1st down, Love. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Here's Love. Cut by Jacobs. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Kate, that's one of those situations as a quarterback that on my grade sheet, that's a negative. That screen was ambushed by the defense, and you've got to throw it away. Just find a way to put it at his feet and not create a negative play for your offense.
And the Steelers go in nickel, 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. So we have a pause here inside.
Previous play is under review. After review of the
So
play,
upon further review
ruling on
and a
the field
consultation from
reversed.
Game Day Central, the call overturned. Desperation time here on 4th. That's to the sideline. It's a catch by Dobbs. They'll keep this drive moving after a big 18-yard pickup on 4th down. New set of downs for him at the 38. 1st down throw. Here's Love. Toward the sideline and caught by Reed. And they'll have it a little shy of the 40 as he goes out. 1st and 10 from the 41. Love to throw again. That'll be complete to Jacobs. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Working inside the red zone. And look at the footwork there. Touchdown! The Packers putting up points in a game decided. Jaden Reed, the touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. Now, this one has been a long game, no doubt. But, hey, something positive to look back on there.
But they didn't quit, Kate, and I know that sounds a little cliche at this professional level, but it really is an important thing. This one will still hurt, but they showed some execution and fire.
That one splits the uprights. And the Packers trail by 22 now. Well, good news here. This is one kick that can't be blocked as he sends this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. They'll take over at the 39-yard line. Nice return there. The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set 1st and 10.
Inside.
Here's the handoff. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. The Steelers calling their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back-to-back carries here. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. Ball on the 45, 1st and 10.
We are going.
They send a tight end in motion.
Gun.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding. Offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. First down, and they go right back to him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. The Steelers use their 3rd and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Oh, he put some heat on this deep ball, left side. He was looking DK Metcalf's way there. So that brings them to 3rd down.
Well, that window was open down the field, but this league is so fast. And these defenders, well, they closed the gap before that throw could arrive.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down.
Inside.
Warren running between the tackles. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.